if I just watched things that were made only by people that agreed with me, it would I would be bored out
I
of my
know.
mind. There'd be nothing or very little to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, it's a constant problem, really. And that's honestly, that's not going to change until I think people who aren't, well, look, I don't know. I mean, I get the arguments that we should be sort of removing financial support for, for some of these kinds of people and whatever. But first of all, I don't really think John Cena rises to that level. Like, he's not somebody that I even consider going like, oh man, that guy, I'm not going to watch his thing because I don't want him to get paid. But like, it's also, I think the answer is more creativity. It's not going to be boycotts because it's not really going to do anything. That's just going to be kind of a drop in the bucket and nobody's really going to care. And it doesn't change the fact that the entire studio system and everybody in Los Angeles and working in the film industry is not literally everybody, but the vast majority and a very strong majority and a very powerful majority are people who are like very, very, very hard left. And if you don't agree with that, then you're going to be sort of stuck watching that kind of stuff forever until you get people who aren't that actually creating stuff, making movies that are and shows and everything else that are on par with what those folks are making. So I just don't see how the answer isn't create more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the only thing. And also create better, right? Like do a better job. I was watching last week, I was watching the Hollywood Reporter. This is sort of a tradition for me. I always watch pretty much all of the Hollywood Reporter Roundtable series. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but Hollywood Reporter every year around Oscar season brings like their group of top actors and sort of top Oscar contenders in different categories to the producers roundtable and actors and actresses, directors roundtable. I was watching the directors roundtable, and forgive me, I don't remember who said this specifically, but the question was about, what are you doing to combat the fact that more people are staying home and not going to the theater and they're not watching, like, what are you going to do if people just don't go back to the theater? And I felt like it was really refreshingly good answer to me, which was like, well, we're just going to have to make really good films. Like, we're going to have to work on making movies that people will leave their homes to go see. And it never came up to be like, oh, well, we'll just try to stop streaming services from sharing our movies, or we'll try to try to widen the theatrical window or any of those kinds of things. Like, they were like, well, we'll just, really, I think the only answer is we got to make better stuff. And I feel that way about a lot of people who complain about Hollywood and politics. It's like, it feels like the right answer in almost every case is like, just you're going to have to go out there and make better stuff and attract more people to your stories. And I mean, the tools are available, right? Like the capital is available, and we're already seeing some of that. I don't love, we've talked about the Daily Wire studio stuff. I think we've talked about that on the show before. I don't love it just because I don't love the idea of like making politics the centerpiece of your film studio. Although I guess the counter argument is, Disney has already done that, so maybe it's just competing. But that said, look, I just think, we just gotta see people making good stuff, and then, it'll be fine. But I don't know.